Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be sharing a new company that I have recently learned about called Emily Moore Designs. Now, Emily Moore, I recently discovered her. No, I didn't discover her. I saw her on Instagram in the Reels, and she was showing this set here, which is gorgeous. It's called the Decorative Sentiment Die Set, and it's got a bunch of different dies to layer up and create a beautiful card or scrapbook, any paper crafts actually. And what caught my eye was that gorgeous border you see there with the scalloped edge. And I also ended up buying the All the Happy Things sentiment set off her website. I love the little cursive font, and also the birthday sentiment ones as well. And what you can't see there is I'm pointing to the little hearts that dot the eyes and things like that. And then I was gifted a few other things. I was gifted the sentiment decorative sentiment dies, and I was gifted this Christmas sweater stencil set, and also the ornament gift card set by Emily at Creativation, where I got to meet her and her husband. Super lovely people, super excited about their company and what is to come. And I saw her new shaker, the doily shaker, and I love it. I have to get that because again, it's just such a beautiful product and lovely people. I love it when, the company and the people kind of match. And so what I'm doing is just adding ink along the edge. I don't want to have the whole thing inked up. And this is Pink Champagne Catherine Pooler ink. I love Catherine Pooler inks. I mainly use Catherine Pooler inks for the majority of my card making and paper crafting. Whenever I'm using an ink blending and things like that. I do use other stuff, but Catherine Pooler is my go-to because I love the colors. I love how saturated the colors are, and I love how juicy the ink pads are. So how I'm masking this off is just using a piece of copy paper. That was the quickest and easiest for me. And then around the edge, so that I don't get a stark line of ink blending, I'm using the corner of the copy paper around the corners so that it just blends more effectively and I don't get a line going across. And my birthday card is going to have, a few layers, more layers than I typically do, but I love the look. I love all the layers, and I don't normally do it because I don't normally have one set that can add all those layers for you. And what's great about this set is you have all the layers, so it's easy to do. And I'm grabbing the birthday sentiment, and it's kind of a scripty happy birthday that I will add. And because Catherine Pooler inks are so juicy, the pads, I am using my blending brush to layer up the color so I don't get any big blobs of ink in one place rather than another. And I'm creating a panel or a border around the back to place on the back of that inked up decorative thing, and I used a corner edger to round the corners. An old one from Creative Memories back in the early 90s. Whoops. And then on an A2 card panel, which is 4.25 by 5.5, that's a card base, I'm just inking up around the edge as well with the Pink Champagne. Now all along the edge. Just look at how much, and what's nice about this Pink Champagne color is, after I'm looking at it, almost reminds me of, like, I'll go back in the day when I had like a pink suede coat. And yeah, this is back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then I'm adding the my inked up panel to my white corner rounded panel, and Then this birthday cake and champagne is from Minte Papers. And now I'm putting on a layer of foam, craft foam that I got from Walmart. And I kind of blunted the corners or cut off the corners so that it will, of course, not have a square corner on a rounded corner. And adding double-sided tape to both sides of it. And then I also add a little bit of liquid glue so that if any movement has to occur, then I can move it easier with liquid glue. And to my card base, I'm adding my sentiment. And my sentiment is, don't count your candle, or don't count the candles, just enjoy the glow. And I really love that sentiment. It's so nice. And again, I'm layering up the ink so I don't get any big splotches of ink. And I'm removing the backer paper off of the double-sided tape on the other side of the foam that we added. And again, glue so that if I have to make any adjustments, it's easier to do. And now I'm working on how I want it to go. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. Oh, and I'm going to add the little heart, excuse me, from one of the die cuts. And then I'm just gluing everything down using my Bearly Arts glue. And I love this glue. There was probably an easier way for me to glue this, but I don't know. I was just doing it that way. This glue is fantastic, I gotta tell you. And so that's that. And I wanted to add a little blingage from Trinity Stamps. Awesome company, beautiful bling. And I grabbed a few different things from my stash of Trinity Stamps embellishments. And I wanted to see what different ones would look like. I wanted kind of like a champagne bubble type of look. And I pulled these pink ones, but when I put them on in person, it just felt to me too much pink. I mean, I already have an abundance of pink. So the embellishments that I ended up going with are the first ones that I pulled out, and they are called Champagne Twinkle. And those are hearts, pink hearts, and I didn't go with those. So I went with just Champagne Twinkle. Embellishments, rhinestones from Trinity Stamps. And then, I'm kind of fiddling with how many I want. I'm thinking about, do I want a ton? Do I want a little? And I ended up going with quite a few. And the hardest thing for me, I have a crafty friend who also struggles with the placement of my embellishments. I don't know if I'm overthinking it or whatnot, but yeah, you see, I'm counting because, they always say an odd number is more pleasing to the eye. So I'm pulling in, a few different sizes, figuring out where I want the placements to be, overthinking it, and then and this tool that I'm using is perfect. It's a Trinity picker tool, and it's got a wax on that end that you see, and then a pokey tool on the other end for, you can make holes with it. You can poke out your die cuts as well with it. But it is great for picking up these little rhinestones. And again, that one's from Trinity Stamps. And Bearly Arts glue, I find works just perfectly for these little rhinestones. It's strong, dries clear, so it's perfect. And so that is going to be it. No, it's not it. I lie. I'm going to add, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, maybe I should add a couple more embellishment or a couple more of those rhinestones. So I'm like, where am I going to put it? And I ended up adding 2 more. So, and then that will be it. But getting back to the company, Emily Moore Designs, she's got a website. She posts a lot of things on Instagram and also on YouTube. But yeah, she is up and coming, new crafting company, so please go out and support her. And I'm not just saying this because she gifted me products, but she was on my radar before I met her because of this product, this decorative sentiment die set, because I love it. I think it's great. She's coming out with more products as well. She just released a doily shaker die set, and she is one to watch with beautiful stuff. Don't count the candles, just enjoy the glow. And I created another card that I'm pulling in right here, and I'm using it sideways. The same set. This here, the typewriter is from Minte Papers as well, Academia. And then I added some Trinity stamps. Those are little clear hearts and embellishments. So please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.